Hello Starseed, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who are new, my name is Miroslava. I am the metaphysical chick, Starseed coach, multiverse ambassador, high priestess from Sirius, and human. I also am an artist. I create crystal jewelry. You can check out the links in the description of this video. I am sitting down to share some experiences. One experience in particular that I had this morning, and this is so relevant if you watched the Lionsgate portal video that I released yesterday with my friend Angelica with Deepening the Connection. And in that video, I was tuning into this energy of rebellion. It was like us being faced with the opportunity to rebel against the old self, to say no to the aspects of us that are keeping us stuck. And so that opportunity showed up for me this morning, and that's what I want to share. Now, this is something that I feel mostly the Divine Feminine energy or the Divine Feminine collective is going to resonate with, just because I feel there's a lot of things here and a lot of wounding, a lot of maybe codes and energy that I feel this collective as a whole has been going through or has been integrating and alchemizing. So yeah, if you're a man or a masculine energy, regardless, you can listen to this and maybe there's gonna be something there for you as well, so you can tap deeper into your feminine energy. So regardless, check it out, and yeah, we're gonna be diving deep. So for the past few weeks, I've been letting go, releasing all aspects of myself, just because I no longer wanted to bring that with me into the life that I am now creating for myself. And you know, there are things happening, and I don't want that to be an obstacle for this new creation, for this new foundation. And so what I've been doing is I've been taking like pieces of jewelry that I made myself, or like crystals, and I've been infusing those things with like the energy of the old self, and I've been taking those to the forest, burying them. I actually took one of my favorite rings to a forest, and I just threw it in the lake, just because although I had such a big attachment to that specific ring, I knew that that part of me was ready to be let go of, to die in a way. And so that's something that I did actually this past weekend, I think. And it's crazy. This morning, I was doing great. You know, I've been doing great past actually all these past few weeks as I've been releasing the old self. And out of nowhere, just this morning, I started to feel so anxious, and it got to a point in which it became an anxiety attack. I was crying uncontrollably, shaking, I couldn't breathe. It was like there was something taking over my body. And the thing that kept popping in my mind was a ghost from the past. And again, this is so in alignment with Mercury retrograde, because astrologers always say, open your eyes, or, you know, like disclaimer, someone from your past may come in during this Mercury retrograde. And yeah, that happened to me. But the ghost from the past was the old self that I buried. It felt like it was coming back to haunt me. And so I started feeling the anxiety. I was just lying down in my bed, just crying and just trying to catch my breath. And I began writing things. And it was like that old self came in full force, expressing her fears, her anxieties, her frustrations, her anger. And it was just so overwhelming. And so what I did to kind of try to calm myself down, and I was very unconscious about what was happening at this time. I thought it was just me being triggered. And yeah, it was that, but there was like a deeper layer. And so what happened is I said to myself, I'm not gonna fall into these old behavioral patterns. I'm gonna take a shower, and I'm gonna allow the water to wash those emotions, and I'm just gonna give in, and see what happens. And so as I was taking a shower, it just came out even more and at full force. And at one point, I just said, please, someone take over. I can't do this. I was asking my guides, the angels, the extraterrestrials, whoever was listening to me, to take over. Because it was overwhelming. I felt like I had no control over my body. I had no control over my mind, over my heart, nothing. I couldn't control myself. And so in that moment, I felt Mary Magdalene showing up, and she's been a great mentor and a guide in my life during this spiritual journey and my high priestess initiation. And in that moment, she stepped in, and I could feel her just standing there in front of me. And she was just, it's like she was giving me this beautiful, energetic hug. I could feel like I was leaning, and I could feel like my body was resting in her chest. And all she said was, it is okay to feel. And so I allowed myself to feel. And in that moment, something clicked. I remembered what I said, the channeling of the Lionsgate portal video, in which I said that we are going to be asked to rebel against the old self. And in that moment, the switch flipped. And it was like, this is what is happening. This isn't me. This is the old self. It is the ghost from the past coming forward to seek control again. It was kind of like the ego coming back to try to take control over my life again. And when this light bulb went on and I was able to understand what was taking place, I don't know, I didn't do anything, I didn't say anything. The energy just immediately shifted. It's like in that moment, I took control. I took the wheel. And I felt just like this relief. And it was just so crazy because it literally felt like I was being possessed by an entity. And this entity was so triggered and so just angry and sad because I no longer wanted anything to do with her. And when I was doing the burial ceremonies and I was, doing all of these things, I put her to rest with the most love, because I knew that this was the best thing for me to do if I wanted to keep moving forward. I couldn't keep carrying those wounds or keep carrying the trauma or the memories of experiences that I've gone through. And so I wanted to put her to rest, but I did it with love. And this, I think, triggered something within those aspects of me, and they came back full force and they wanted to take over. But I remembered and I was like, I'm not gonna let you do this to me again. I am the one in control now. And so I sent her so much love. I sent her to the light, that she doesn't need to be in the shadow anymore, that we can become one in the light. And that the shadow aspect, the shadows, the trauma, the fear, that's always gonna be there. But that we can learn from it, that we don't have to stay in that space of survival, of fear, of anger and frustration, that we can rise above those frequencies or those states of consciousness. And now as I was going through that possession and struggling and dealing with that anxiety attack and like all the overwhelming emotions, one of the things that I wrote that I want to share with you is an old belief that came back to haunt me. And that old belief is that people that get too close to me always drown in deep water. And this is something that I've struggled with since all my life, is that and I think that most divine feminines, people that are very much in their feminine energy, they can be this for other people. It's like we are mirrors and we are also portals. And so we are very much, when we are in harmony within ourselves, we give people the opportunity to see the light. And in order to see the light, they have to harmonize the shadow. They have to dive deep within their traumas. They have to face their demons in order to bask in peaceful glory in that light. And that's something that we've personally done. And so it's like we kind of do this for other people as well. And so an old belief that I always had and that I'm now letting go of and releasing is that always when people get close to me, they end up running away because they can't handle my light and my shadow. It triggers something within themselves that yes, if they take it, if they embrace it, they can rise and they can meet me where I am, and it can be magical. But in every occasion within my life, it's been the opposite. They see that potential and they run away because they just can't handle it. I always felt so guilty because my intention is never to hurt anyone. I don't want to make anyone feel afraid or feel anxious, or I don't want to be the reason people have to face their demons. But that's just how it naturally is. And even when I was not awake, I was doing this unconsciously with other people. So that's a belief. That's one of the things that was also blocking me from meeting new people, from making friendships, from maybe finding a relationship, is me trying to set up a wall that would protect other people. I was protecting myself in a way, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's like I was protecting them. I know my potential, and I knew I could feel, I can sense when someone is not ready to be in that energy, and so I would just not engage because my belief was that they wouldn't be able to handle it. And so, yeah, that's something that was coming up. Let me know if you resonate with that, if you feel that same way, because I feel that this is something that a lot of the Divine Feminines do. And, like right now, I know I've shared a lot in the past about the twin flame journey and all of those things. And at this point, so many things have happened in my life. And I'm just like removing the labels, and I'm just enjoying love as it shows up in my life and embracing it as is, and not attach myself like a tick to other people. Like I'm letting go. I'm letting go, being at peace within myself. I think this is something that's going to be happening a lot, not only during this Mercury retrograde, but within the rest of the year, especially in fall, in winter. Oh, I feel this deeply. And I think we're going to be faced with that opportunity to say no to that old self and to say yes to who we are now, to who we are becoming, to the new life that we are creating. There's just no, it's like stop holding back and stop holding your love back. I'm feeling that. I feel Isis and Mary Magdalene. And it's like, again, like I was saying, I would often put up a wall to protect other people. And I feel like now it's like tear down the wall, say what you need to say, do what you feel needs to be done. Always follow your intuition, and we gotta use discernment. Is this the old self, or is this something that the new self would do? So definitely pay attention to those things. But it's that we're tearing down the wall, we're rebelling against the old self, and we are creating things from a new perspective. It's that we're creating something new, we're laying down a new foundation. And the way in which you're going to meet the people that need to be in your life is by them seeing you as who you truly are, authentically. And I believe that the old self is no longer who you are now. And so it is safe for you to let go of who you used to be. You don't have to bring that energy over. You don't have to bring those behavioral patterns over. You don't have to carry all of that energy over to this now moment. It is safe for you to let go. It is safe for you to be you. It is safe for you to love. It is safe for you to love. And Yes, you may be the trigger. You may be the energy that comes in and sends people into the abyss and you see them drowning in deep waters. But it's part of the journey, and all you can do is energetically be there if they need you. But it's like you can't keep holding yourself back because you're afraid that you're gonna be putting other people in that situation, if that makes sense. And so what I'm doing now, I'm letting go. I am no longer, I feel like there's no need for me to protect myself. That's an old belief that the old self had, that she needed to protect herself, because the same thing always happens and she always ends up being hurt. She always ends up being abandoned or rejected. And this new self that I am now, she doesn't believe that. She believes, I believe that I am who I need to be. It is what it is. And nothing is rejection or abandonment. It's just, yes, it's just energy that is not in alignment. And so I invite you, my friend, if you're listening to me, to say no to the old self, to find the courage. And I know it's going to be hard. And there may be a moment in which you experience the same thing that I experienced, and that old self comes back and tries to take over. But you're very much aware now, and you can say no. And if you need assistance, definitely call in the energy of Goddess Isis or Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary. Also, she's very present, and they'll be there for you to support you in that journey. It is time for you to use your voice. It is time for you to say what you really think, to say what you feel. And yeah, it's like there's nothing else that needs hiding. It's like put it all out in the air. And if let people see you as who you are, and let that be what attracts. Let that be the magnet that attracts the community that you are meant to be part of, the love that you are meant to experience. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it there. I hope it made sense. It's just like, oh, so much has happened. But yeah, let me know if this resonated with you. Again, like I said, this feels very like a very specific message for the Divine Feminine Collective. And you know who you are. If you resonate with my energy and what I've just shared, you know who you are. This is for you. And yeah, go check out the Deepening the Connection episode about the Lionsgate portal, and let me know what you think about that as well. I am so honored to be here in all of my peaceful glory. I am feeling more inspired, so I'm going to start creating a lot more. I'm going to be showing up more. I still have the Lapis Lazuli video that I said I was going to be uploading. A lot happened in my life, so I wasn't able to create it, but that's going to be coming up soon. I do have the Nefertiti and Akhenaten video with the mystery schools and their lives and the channeled messages, and I also want to create a video specifically just about Goddess Isis in ancient Egypt. And yeah, so those are going to be coming up soon. Subscribe, like this video, share it with anyone that you feel may resonate with this message, and I'm going to be talking to you soon. Thank you for being here. Bye.